Hi, my name is Markus Mueck. I am acting as chair of the board, and I'm also head of today's AI and Data Conferences program committee. So when looking at AI and data technologies, it's actually a very broad topic, right? Touching on a multitude of different competences that are required to address it. And I think ETSI is perfectly positioned in addressing the entire scope of the question. And just to let you know, in the ETSI board, we had recently a discussion on how to organize the work across the organization. And we came to the conclusion that it isn't the best idea to have everything localized in a single place, but rather we want to keep the various experts within their respective communities, within their respective technical groups, such that everything is being developed where it needs to be developed. And then we have one committee, it is actually the committee TCS-AI, so securing AI, that is acting as a glue, bringing everything together. In terms of standardization for AI and data, I really like to address this on two different levels, for two different pillars, so to say. So the first pillar relates to standards making out of Europe for global adoption of our work and standards. And this addresses the priorities of our stakeholders, such as industry, and we see that our work is being used and applied on a worldwide level. The second pillar, equally important, is to address the European policy needs, addressing, for example, standardization requests and developing corresponding deliverables. And so these, I think, are the key directions that ETSI is looking at. I think looking at the transfer of research into the standardization, we address it from multiple angles. So first of all, I think we need to make sure that ETSI is really exploiting the potential from the brilliant research being done in the academic field and in other research areas. But also we need to make sure that the next generation of experts is ready for joining the families of ETSI standards makers. And I think we are addressing both angles. And I would say, in my personal view, ETSI is probably one of the most accessible standards developing organizations in the world. I think we have very easy access processes, and I can only invite researchers and experts to contact us, and we help them to access the technical groups that they may be interested in. I can only say there is still so much to do, right? If you talk to all stakeholders, including industry stakeholders, academia, research, we are clearly ahead of a long way that we still need to go. So I can only invite you to come and join us, to contribute on existing activities. For example, in this week's AI and Data Conference, we are going to outline specific opportunities in the technical committee securing AI and data. That is one possibility. Another possibility is to speak to us about new ideas that you may have in mind, right? We are always listening to the needs of our members and experts in order to further drive the implementation of this important ecosystem.